Hi, and welcome to MyMedLeads. You should have received our MyMedLeads welcome email from your account manager when the account was activated. On the email, there is a link to your account setup wizard. This will allow you to easily get started entering important information into your MyMedLeads account. Our setup wizard breaks this process down into 3 phases. If you don't have complete information, don't worry. You can always come back later to complete the process. But it is important to get this completed as quick as possible so that you and your staff can start using MyMedLeads effectively. First, we'll need a list of your users, providers, locations, and webmaster information. A user is anyone who deals with leads or patients via phone or email. A provider, on the other hand, is anyone who is scheduled for appointments, such as a physician, RN, or esthetician. If a user is also a provider, add them as a provider. You will need to at least add a name, phone number, and email for each user. Then, add all locations that are needed for scheduling and the contact information for all webmasters that manage each website that you own. Second, we need a list of marketing channels that you want to track. Your website is typically first, since many leads originate from your website. When you are creating this list, it is useful to Google your practice. This will often show you sites you are listed on that you may have forgotten about. Also, think of magazines, billboard, TV, and radio ads, or periodic events that you want to track. To track return on investment, you can also add the date and the cost of each marketing channel. Third, we need a list of all of the services and procedures you offer. We have made this process easy for you by pre-populating the most common procedures for your medical field. For instance, if you're a plastic surgeon, you will see an extensive list of procedures such as liposuction, tummy tuck, and facelift. Simply select the box next to the procedures you offer. To remove a procedure, simply uncheck the procedure box. If you go to multiple medical fields to select additional procedures, do not select a procedure that appears on both lists, as this will create a duplicate procedure in the account. You can also manually add a procedure not listed by selecting the Add Procedure Not on List link at the top right of the page. Once you are done, click Save and Publish, and the account information you entered is uploaded. We will have to contact your webmaster to get the site integrated, but you can start using some of the features right away, such as call tracking or entering leads manually. MyMedLeads is a web-based software, meaning anywhere you have internet access, you can access your account. All users have their own unique logins, which will be an email address and a password. Having unique logins for each user is how the system recognizes who's managing what and how it accurately records user actions within the account. There are a few different ways to log into your account. Whenever a new lead comes in, the system will notify you via email. Within this email is a Click Here to Manage link. Clicking this link will take you directly to your account login page. You can also access your account login page by visiting MyMedLeads.com and clicking on the Customer Login button at the top right of the page. Once you've installed the MyMedLeads desktop app, clicking on the desktop notification when a new lead comes in will also take you to the login page, where you can immediately begin managing the lead. We suggest you save the login URL to your browser's bookmarks. We also suggest using Firefox or Chrome, as these browsers tend to perform best with web-based software programs. Once you're on the login page, you can enter your username and password. If you would like to save your login information, you can do so by selecting Remember Password. When you log in through MyMedLeads.com, you'll be taken to your home page, which many users also refer to as the funnel page. When you log in through a new lead notification, such as the desktop app or email, you'll be taken directly to that lead's details page so you can start managing the lead right away. We'll start with looking at some of the common elements you'll find on every page. At the top right is your date range field. This is where you can view pre-selected date ranges. You can also go to the bottom and choose Select Dates to input your own custom dates. This will allow you to view that time range on the page you're currently viewing. For instance, if you wanted to view all leads for last month, you can easily do so from here. You can use the search menu here to look for a specific lead or patient within the account. The search window allows you to search by name or phone number. Let's now take a look at the funnel. When a lead fills out a form on your website, their information will automatically populate into the account and they will show up here at the top of the funnel as a new lead. The Enter Leads button is where you would enter leads manually if you need to do so. On the Enter Leads Manually Details page, down here at the bottom, the system will recognize and display any potential duplicates that match the information you're inputting, so that you're not putting information in twice. Once you enter the lead information, you'll be taken to what we refer to as the patient information page. When a lead comes in from your website, the information submitted through the contact form will be pre-populated here. You'll see things like demographic information, phone number, name, email address, and any comments the individual submitted, which will show up here in the patient comments section. Any pre-populated procedure will appear here, already selected. At any time, you can update the information on this page. Just simply click the Save button after you've made changes. On the phone number, you'll notice that the middle 3 numbers are hidden. When the lead arrives into your MyMedLeads account, we suggest you call the individual to follow up as soon as possible. Clicking the Call Now button will reveal the number. You then pick up and call the number like you normally would. The system stamps in the history that a call has been made. MyMedLeads will then ask what happened on the call. You can select the following options: the patient answered, we left a message, or no contact was made, which is located below the buttons. Let's say we left a message, so we select that, click Save, and that will also be recorded in a timestamp describing what happened on the call. This provides a history of communications and lead activity, so that all users can see what's happening and what steps need to be taken in regards to follow-up. When you're ready to send an email, you can click on the Send Email button. This will open a template with the lead's email preloaded. There's a couple of things you can do here. You can type in your own personalized email to send, or you can simply select a template that you have created and stored in your account, which will automatically load into the email editor. Templates can be created by navigating to the Preferences page and clicking on Email Templates, or you can click on the Create Template button at the top of this page. You can also add attachments to your email by clicking the Attach File button below the editor. These manual email templates can be created for certain procedures, situations, or to be more personalized. The ultimate goal here is to streamline the email sending process. Once you have your email ready to go, click the Send button and the system will stamp in the history that an email has been sent. In the description area, you'll see a link where you can actually view the email that was sent. Since your username is your email address, the system recognizes who sent the email, and if the person replies to the message, it will be sent directly to your email inbox. At any time, you can add notes under Staff Comments. Once you click Save, this will also stamp into the history as a note. If the lead was entered into the system through a phone call, the status of that lead will remain as new until a note, a call button entry, or email is recorded in the lead's history. Any of these actions will move the lead to the follow-up section. The icons here at the top are quick routes to deem a lead that is not qualified. Or, on any lead, you can also click the Delete button, and you will be provided with a full list of reasons why the lead may not have been qualified, and that will move them to the not qualified list. The system also allows you to reassign leads to other users within the account. So, if you want to notify somebody that they have a lead to manage based on a particular procedure or other criteria, you can do so by clicking on the Reassign button. A pop-up will appear where you can select a user from the drop-down menu. You can also leave them a message. The system allows you to specify if you want to be notified after a certain amount of time if that lead has not been managed. Once you select Proceed, it reassigns the lead to that individual and sends them a notification. However, just because a lead is reassigned doesn't mean other users can't still manage that lead. Our system is open, so if someone is off or sick, another staff member can still manage the lead. If you are managing a lead that is going to schedule, you will want to reassign the lead to yourself before clicking on the Convert button. Let's say you wanted to follow up with this lead in a couple of days, or maybe you spoke to them and they said, "Call me back in a week, I'm interested but I'm going out of town." You can click on the Set Reminder button at the top right and enter in a subject, a date, and a time. The day the reminder is due, the system will send you a notification via email and text message if you have text messaging set up. It will also appear on your homepage in your to-do list. Your homepage will show a list of future reminders set by all users, which are in order by date, so if you have someone out sick, someone else can go in and follow up with their reminders. Or you may have one person on your staff who handles all reminders. It just depends on your internal process. The way to access the reminder is by clicking the Name or Call Now button, which will take you back through the Call Now process. Another way to find a particular lead, other than searching, is to navigate to the View All Leads page. At the top of the list, you can access the lead that was most recently entered. Let's say that you're now ready to schedule this lead for a consultation. You can do so by clicking on the Convert to Next Tech button, or whatever practice management software you're using, you will see the Convert To button here. The system will ask if you're sure you want to convert this lead. Select Yes to transfer the lead's demographic information into your practice management software. You'll see that the button now changes to Manage in Next Tech. This is just letting you know that you have already converted this lead and you can't convert them again. However, you can still manage this patient in MyMedLeads. You can still do things like send emails, set reminders, hit the Call Now button when you call them, and other tracking activities. Now, if you switch over to your scheduling software and search for the lead's name, you'll see that the lead's demographic information has been passed over. However, you will need to update the lead source manually in your practice management software, as this information does not transfer automatically. When you convert a lead to your scheduling software and schedule them for an appointment, MyMedLeads will automatically move that individual from the follow-up section of the funnel to the scheduled consultation section. MyMedLeads works synchronously with your practice management software so that when you check the patient in for their consultation, MyMedLeads will also be updated, automatically moving the patient down the funnel to consult completed. If the patient has a procedure, MyMedLeads will also receive this information from your practice management software and move the patient down to the procedure completed section of the funnel. MyMedLeads also receives information regarding appointment cancellation and rescheduling. All of these status changes are written into the patient's activity history within MyMedLeads. The two systems communicate every 10 seconds and are constantly updating themselves, so these are in real time. On the Preferences page, under the Staff section, you'll see a link called Edit Staff Preferences. Clicking on this when you're logged in takes you to your notification preferences and your personal signature. Here, you can create your signature so it automatically attaches it whenever you send an email. Below this is a list of options that you can choose to be notified for. You can specify whether you would like to be notified by email, text message, or both. If you navigate back to the Preferences page and click on Manage Staff Location, this lists all of the people that are in the account. Clicking the Edit button allows you to go in and add or edit your mobile number and email address. You can also reset your password from this page. Back on the Preferences page, you'll see a link called Download Desktop App. This is where you would go to download the MyMedLeads desktop notification app, which will display a pop-up in the bottom right-hand corner of your computer when a new lead comes in via phone or web form submission. The desktop app works off of Adobe Air, which must be downloaded to your computer before installing the desktop app. Once you have downloaded the desktop app, you will be given a login menu where you will enter your MyMedLeads login information. This allows you to see the desktop notifications whether you are logged into your MyMedLeads account or not. The pop-up notification is a clickable window that allows you to log in and takes you directly to that person's information page. The phone number management page is where you can create local and toll-free call tracking numbers within the account. You can assign a lead source to a phone number you create and use the tracking number in your advertising materials. For instance, you could create a separate number for your print ads and a separate number for your billboards. This way, if someone calls the tracking number that's listed on your print ad, MyMedLeads will automatically create a lead from the caller ID information and recognize the lead source as your print ad, assigning it to that lead. The call will also be recorded and saved in the lead's history. Your MyMedLeads account automatically comes with 10 free call tracking numbers for you to begin using immediately on different ads. If you would like to buy additional tracking numbers, you can easily do so from within MyMedLeads. When someone calls one of these tracking numbers, the call is forwarded to your office line. This is designated in the Forwarded To field when you set up a new call tracking number. Call whispers are a short message that plays before the call is connected, telling you which marketing campaign prompted the call. Only the person answering the phone hears this message. The caller does not hear the whisper message. The system offers a greeting message. If you turn this feature on, you will get the default "This call will be recorded for quality assurance" message. You can also create custom greetings if you like, which can be more personalized to your practice. Simply click on the Manage Phone Greetings button at the bottom. You will be prompted to put in your number, and it will call you so that you can record your custom message. This feature is to notify the caller that they are being recorded. Back on the Preferences page, you'll see a link called Email Templates. This is where you can create reusable email templates within the account. Clicking on the Add New button at the top right will give you a blank template that you can add content into. Email templates are useful for things like personalized first email follow-ups, consultation information, pricing details, and other situational communications. The Patient Communications page is where you manage preferences for your automated email campaigns, appointment reminders, and appointment confirmations. Here at the top is a master on and off switch for all automated drip email campaigns you have created. Under Appointments, you'll find the different notification options you can turn on for appointment reminders. Hovering over the names of each will provide more details on each option. Below the Appointments section, you will see an Appointment Patient Feedback preference. This is an internal process wherein MyMedLeads will send out a 5-star comment box formatted email the day after all appointments. Once the patient submits their star rating and comments, this information will come back to your MyMedLeads account where you can view and see patient feedback from yesterday's appointments. This helps you keep an eye on overall patient satisfaction and make adjustments where necessary. This is an internal process, so these are not posted on the web. Clicking on the PMS EMR Preferences link will take you to a page where you can manage certain components regarding your practice management software. If you have appointment reminders turned on, this is where you can manage what location is scheduled. The locations on the left are the ones you have created in MyMedLeads, and the ones on the right are how they appear in your scheduling software. This must match to the two systems. MyMedLeads sends out a map to the patient using Google Maps based on these locations. You also have a default rep and a default doctor setting here. This is for appointment data that is coming over from your practice management software, since MyMedLeads does not receive that information. We suggest you create a user in the account that is not an actual staff member to assign as your default rep, such as default staff, so that you are always aware of leads that are incoming from your scheduling software and have been automatically assigned to a lead. Below this, you have two options for how to display information from your practice management software within the homepage funnel and your reporting. When these options are set to off, it's only showing your outside marketing. MyMedLeads receives appointment information from your practice management software. If you schedule a patient from your practice management software and they're not in MyMedLeads, the lead source will show as the name of your practice management software, which can skew your reporting. If you select off for these options, you will still be able to see a list of these patients and can manually assign a lead source. This will allow them to show in your funnel and reporting. Since MyMedLeads is constantly being updated with scheduling information from your practice management software, it has the ability to recognize possible duplicates. It will notify you of this on the homepage above the funnel, letting you know you have possible duplicates to manage. So, for instance, if an existing patient is scheduled in your practice management software, MyMedLeads will search for duplicates in its system. If it finds an exact match, meaning name, email address, and phone number, it will auto-merge it. Or if it's a partial match, for example, if the name is the same and the email is the same, but the phone number is different, it will flag it as a possible duplicate where you can choose to merge it. This is helpful as it cuts down on manual data entry. If you have a lead to convert to your scheduling software from MyMedLeads, and this lead is already an existing patient in your practice management software, when you convert it, your scheduling software will create a duplicate and you will have to manually merge it. So when you are ready to convert from MyMedLeads and you know this is an existing patient, then go to your scheduling software and schedule them. MyMedLeads will receive the scheduling information and search the account and will merge or flag it as a duplicate. This is a two-way communication, and we suggest to learn when to convert a new lead from MyMedLeads to your scheduling software, or when to go to your scheduling software and schedule an existing patient so MyMedLeads can manage it. This will reduce data entry and streamline this process. Once you have done this process, you treat the patient like you normally would in your practice management software. Check them in and out for their consult, then schedule a procedure and check them in and out for their procedure. Your practice management software will update MyMedLeads of all these changes, and MyMedLeads will automatically move them through this process. Let's now take a look at the View All Leads page. This is where all of your leads are located from the date your account was activated. Leads are listed in date order, with the most recent at the top. You'll also see which leads were calls to your practice. You can listen to call recordings by visiting the leads detail page and locating calls within their history. Above the leads are drop-down menus for you to sort the data. So, for instance, if you wanted to see all your leads from a certain lead source who are interested in a particular procedure, you can do that. You can also export from this page if you create certain lists that you would like to download. You can view larger amounts of leads at a time from the Show Entries drop-down menu. Clicking on a lead's name will take you directly to their information page. The View All Leads page is also where you can find patients that were sent over from your practice management software without a lead source. By default, these are filtered out, unless you specify otherwise on the EMR Preferences page. But to see them, simply select View All under Sort by Lead Type. Clicking into their Details page allows you to change the lead source manually so that this will be reflected in your reporting. MyMedLeads offers a number of different reporting capabilities. Under View Reports, if you click on Conversion Report, you'll be able to see your conversion per status for each lead source. The Activity Report Summary will show statistics for different users for things like calls made, average lead response time, staff conversion rates, and so on. On the Multiple Reports page, you have access to a variety of different reports, including a bar graph of total leads versus scheduled consultations for the past year. You can also see staff performance reports here as well. Lead source tracking will show you a clear breakdown of where all of your leads are coming from in terms of marketing. If you have input your expenses for each marketing source, which you can do by visiting the Preferences page and clicking on Edit ROI Expenses, MyMedLeads will automatically calculate return on investment for you. To view the ROI on a specific marketing campaign, simply select it from the drop-down menu and specify a date range at the top if you like. To get accurate ROI data, you will also need to have revenue. You can manually add revenue for a patient from the Procedure Completed section. If you have added the Patient Reviews service to your MyMedLeads account, you will be able to monitor reviews and see overall patient satisfaction under the Patient Feedback tab. This has been a high-level overview of MyMedLeads tools and functionality. For more in-depth training, feature-specific tutorials, and best practices, please visit mymedleads.com/training.